This program contains graphic violence and sexual situations. Viewer discretion is advised. In the summer of 2005, Natalie Holloway's name is everywhere.
Natalie?
But the beautiful 18-year-old student is nowhere to be found.
I knew in my heart that this is really, really not good.
After mysteriously vanishing during a graduation trip to Aruba, Natalie quickly becomes the focus of a massive investigation.
My daughter is missing.
And an international media circus.
Everybody was looking for Natalie Holloway because it was such a big story.
Beautiful young woman, tropical island, the media grabbed onto it.
There's an American missing, there's a family that's lost their child.
You just don't think it's gonna happen to your family.
Police suspect a privileged young Dutch honor student and star athlete with devilishly good looks.
Would I mess with you?
A cunning, cold-blooded predator who cannot resist the urge to kill again.
He's a psychopath, has no feelings for anyone except for himself.
I don't think he feels any guilt.
It's a terrifying story of sex, murder, deception, and extortion that will lead all the way to South America.
He takes the shirt and smothers the life out of her.
And the unbelievable tragedy is far from over.
You just can't give up.
Meet Joran van der Sloot, just one of 100,000 inhabitants of a tiny island paradise known as Aruba, until murder made him famous. The disappearance of Natalie Holloway on the small Dutch Caribbean island of Aruba is a story that has gripped the nation and the world since 2005.
When people think of Aruba, they think of Natalie Holloway.
This case is so well known around the world, and Aruba has now a reputation that they have to rebuild.
This dark and twisted mystery captured the attention of news media outlets worldwide and spawned round-the-clock coverage, books, and movie adaptations. And although the tale of convicted killer Joran van der Sloot plays out like a classic Hollywood thriller, it is a real and tragic case of what befell not one, but two innocent women at the hands of a charismatic and manipulative psychopath. Natalie Holloway's journey from bright young Alabama student to America's most known missing person begins in late May 2005.
Natalie was the type of individual that wanted to excel in school and academics.
She's a precious person, just an outgoing young lady, and has always been just super friendly to everybody.
Linda Holloway Allison continues to speak of her niece as though she were alive, even though she's been declared legally dead since 2012.
You see things on the news all the time, but you just don't think it's gonna happen to your family. Oh my gosh.
She was really smart. She had a full academic scholarship to University of Alabama. Great friends and, good family, very personable, very, very nice, just a sweet kid.
From upscale Mountain Brook, Alabama, just outside Birmingham, Natalie is on the school's dance team, a member of both Math and Spanish National Honor Societies, and is planning on becoming a medical doctor. Her parents could not be more proud of her.
Natalie's parents were Dave and Beth Holloway, who had previously been divorced, but they both doted on her. They loved her, they cared for her, and so she really did have a secure, safe upbringing, and she had these parents who just adored her.
The final chapter of her high school experience is a 4-day senior class trip to the Caribbean island of Aruba.
The first thing I thought of is, no way. It's $988 or something like that. And I said, look, I'm not paying for you to go to Aruba. That's just too extravagant. And I started thinking, well, maybe I'll relent.
Hey, Nat.
Hey.
I wanted to give this to you.
Daddy, this is...
I just want you to know how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
And I know that you know that I haven't been too keen on this Aruba trip from the start. I guess I'm just old school. For my graduation, we just went out to dinner.
Well, I promise I'll be careful.
And you watch out for strangers.
You don't need to worry.
I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
Give her a hug and congratulated her and then proceeded to go on home.
You can go back to your friends now.
Okay.
And that's the last time I saw her.
Natalie's mother, Beth, also has words of caution.
I know that the legal drinking age in Aruba is 18. I just want you to promise me that you'll be careful in those bars.
I just got the speech from Daddy.
From your father? When?
At graduation.
Listen, Natalie, I've heard about men putting things in girls' drinks.
I've got my friends. We've got each other's backs. There's 130 of us, Mom. Come on, don't worry.
Beth's wonderful. I mean, she's sweet, she's pleasant, she's engaging, but she's also very smart, very shrewd, and she's tenacious.
At around 4 a.m. on May 26, 2005, Beth Holloway drops her daughter Natalie off at a friend's house so she can catch an early flight out. Mountain Brook seniors have safely taken the trip to Aruba in the past, and Beth wants Natalie to have that experience too.
Bye.
Beth has no way of knowing that this would be the last time she would ever see her daughter. Hours later, Natalie and 123 other students arrive in Aruba. With them are just 7 chaperones. The group stays at the Holiday Inn, where there are no bed checks or roll calls. The students are free to go anywhere on the island.
Aruba is a big tropical playground. There's the beaches, there's casinos, there's stores, there's clubs. It's a place where Americans can feel very comfortable going because everybody speaks the language, they use the US dollar.
It was painted a picture of one happy, safe island. Don't worry about crime, don't worry about this. And then until you turn the belly up and see the other side, you realize that there is a lot of problems on the island.
Natalie spends her first 3 days on the island sunbathing, dancing, and occasionally drinking, though her body is unaccustomed to the effects of alcohol.
I'm only drinking orange juice right now.
It's Aruba.
Maybe later.
Come on, it'll make you feel better.
This photograph is taken in Aruba on May 29, 2005, the final day of the trip. Later that evening, Natalie and her friends stop by the casino at their hotel.
Hey. How you doing?
Not too good yet. I'm losing.
They meet 17-year-old Joran Sloot.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Joran. Joran. I'm Dutch.
Oh, I'm Natalie.
Natalie, American, yes?
Yeah, we're on a graduation trip.
I'm also on holiday from university.
Joran, a native of the island, lies and claims that he is a student visiting from Holland.
A lot of the local guys would go to the hotels. They were allowed to pretend as if they were guests as well. It made everyone else feel, well, we're safe. You know, he's a student here, he's staying here or at another hotel.
Why don't you join me? Have a sit.
Actually, we're all going to Carlos and Charlie. You should come. Come on, let's go.
Tonight's our last night.
Natalie and her friends leave the casino in a taxi and arrive at a local club called Carlos and Charlie's. Since driver's licenses can only be attained in Aruba at the age of 18, Joran Sloot relies on friends to drive him around. On this night, the friends are 2 brothers, Deepak and Satish Kalpo.
The Kalpo brothers were good boys. They didn't get in a lot of trouble, but they found Joran Sloot to be very intriguing because he could do whatever he wanted. He created this party boy persona for himself. He would go to clubs, he was always drinking, picking up girls.
Joran arrives at Carlos and Charlie's shortly before last call.
Hi.
Oh, hi, you came.
Yes.
But it's almost closing time.
I know. Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah, sure.
When Joran Sloot showed up at the bar 20 to 25 minutes before closing. What do you think he had on his mind? Guess what? He escorted Natalie to the back bar, and they had a couple of shots of whatever.
Um, 151. 2 shots, please.
Dave Holloway believes this drink contains a special ingredient, GHB, otherwise known as Liquid X. It is colorless and odorless and requires only drops to achieve its desired effect.
To my new American friend.
Oh, that's gross.
No, drink it all.
Are you sure?
Oh, come on.
A male will use this drug to sedate a female and then sexually assault her. When they wake up the next day, they have absolutely no recollection of what happened.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Oh, but it makes you feel so good inside.
Oh, let's go.
No, wait. I have an idea. It is your last night in Aruba, right? Have you gone to watch the sharks?
What sharks?
Sharks. Over by the lighthouse. You can only see them at night.
You're messing with me.
Would I mess with you?
Is that a taxi?
Outside Carlos and Charlie's, Natalie's classmates observe her getting into the backseat of a car with a tall Dutch student named Joran.
Natalie? Hey, Aruba! Where are you going?
Hello? This is Beth Holloway.
It is Memorial Day, and Beth Holloway gets the phone call every parent fears.
What? Wait. What do you mean she didn't get on the plane?
Dave Holloway also learns that Natalie is missing.
I knew in my heart that, this is really, really not good.
To just have your daughter vanish, there's no playbook for that. You can't mourn, you can only speculate, you have no idea what happened to your child, and you don't even want to accept the fact that they may be dead.
When Beth Holloway got the call that her daughter hadn't come back, she immediately made arrangements to fly down to Aruba and start figuring it out.
Beth Holloway boards a friend's private jet and arrives in Aruba just 12 hours after Natalie is reported missing. Beth insists on reviewing the previous night's security video with the casino manager.
There she is. There's my daughter. Who is that?
His name is Joran van der Sloot. He's a regular at the casino.
I want to talk to him.
When I was in Aruba, I would go to these casinos and I would ask people, do you know Joran van der Sloot? And everybody in those casinos knew him.
Joran was allowed to just run wild. He went to the casinos, he gambled, he drank, he did drugs. Anything went.
Joran van der Sloot lives at his parents' estate, but he resides in his own guest house, affording him great privacy. Joran has previously been known to seek out women on their last night in Aruba. He allegedly isolates them from friends, drugs them, and assaults them without consequence.
There was never any accusations of rape that went public. Joran had chosen his victims in such a way that it couldn't come back to haunt him. You have to remember that they're in another country. They're away from home.
You leave the island tomorrow? It'll all feel like a bad dream. A bad dream.
I had a number of families contact me and let me know that their daughter went to Aruba and the exact same thing happened to them, but they couldn't prove it.
At around 3 a.m., Beth Holloway is able to coax the police into taking her directly to Joran.
I just want to speak with your son. He was the last person to be seen with my daughter.
I don't understand what this has to do with me or my son.
What's going on, Papa?
My name is Beth Holloway. My daughter is missing, and you were the last person seen with her in that car.
That is the girl that I was drinking with at the bar.
Where is she?
I don't know. We dropped her off at her hotel.
You dropped her off?
Joran, you don't have to say anymore.
What is this? What's going on?
I'm an attorney. My son does not need to speak to you.
What do you want to know? We met at the casino, had a drink at the bar, rode around a little bit in the back seats while my friend Satish and Deepak drove, and then we dropped her off.
I want to search that car. I want to take a look in that house.
Not a chance.
Can't you do something? Can't you please help me?
I'm sorry. We are not investigators.
So precious time went by, still, thinking that they're innocent. The police handled it that way.
If a crime scene does exist, the chief suspects have time to clean up.
They were cleaning out the car like they were selling it. They were scrubbing it down, scrubbing it, getting all the DNA out of the car.
In the middle of the night, why would you do that? Washing it and all this kind of stuff.
Joran's claims that Natalie made it back to the Holiday Inn are proven false by the hotel's cameras.
She didn't come back to the hotel. Not the front door. Not any door.
48 hours into Natalie's disappearance, Dave Holloway flies to Aruba. Secretly, he assumes the worst.
I just kept it to myself, but I knew that I was going to Aruba for recovery. Because I knew that after 24, 48 hours, you hadn't heard from them, it's not a good situation.
I am getting nothing from you guys. Nothing.
Ma'am, we're doing everything we can.
Everything you can. You haven't done anything. Have you checked his house? Have you gone to see his car? Anything.
By now, Beth is frantic. The police suggest that her daughter will turn up, and they float theories that Natalie could be on drugs or that she has run away.
It was very frustrating because they would tell us every day, we are going to find Natalie, we are going to find her.
Frustrated, Dave Holloway organizes a ground search as more family and friends arrive in Aruba. After local media in Alabama learn of Natalie's disappearance, news crews and reporters start appearing on the island.
I ended up coming down to Aruba just a few days after she disappeared. Everybody you can think of, every network news station, magazines, newspapers, the New York Times. Beth would give interviews for hours and hours a day.
They know who, they know where, they know when, they know how, and they know why. Why am I not getting it? Why are they not getting it? I do not know.
Every mother in America could sympathize with Beth Holloway as a mother who is desperately looking for her child in a strange country.
With public pressure mounting, Joran and the Kalpo brothers are arrested on June 9th, 2005, in connection with the disappearance of Natalie Holloway.
We dropped them off at the hotel. Both of them, Joran and Natalie.
Aruba interviewed Joran Sloot and the two Kalpo brothers, and guess what? There was a discrepancy in the statements.
Joran Sloot and the Kalpo brothers had to come up with another story because the evidence didn't lie. They didn't drop her off at the Holiday Inn.
Joran called me about 3 a.m. and told me that Natalie fell asleep on the beach and that he left her there.
I don't know what happened to my shoes. Sometimes you just lose them. It's the beach.
So now that Joran can't say that he dropped her off at the Holiday Inn, he has to come up with another story. And so he starts saying that he left her on the beach. And the importance of this is that this was the beginning of his story changing again and again and again. At that point, we were pretty sure that one of these boys would turn on the others and tell exactly what happened. That's what always happens in a case like this.
We want answers. Let us have our answers and take Natalie home.
Everybody thought, okay, this is the time that he's gonna break, he's gonna tell the truth. We're gonna have closure and we're gonna figure out what happened. But he wouldn't do it.
Outside the jail holding the three boys, Dave Holloway waits for Paulus Vandersloot, who is visiting his son.
I thought, well, I'll just wait till he comes out and we'll have a conversation about it.
Mr. Vandersloot.
Yes?
I'm Dave Holloway. I'm Natalie's father. Let's talk.
And I squeezed his hand as hard as I could to the point where his arm was shaking and mine was shaking.
Look, Mr. Holloway, I understand your situation, but you've got to understand mine. I've got to do everything I can to protect my son, and that is what I'm going to do.
I knew then that he had something to do with Natalie's disappearance.
Paulus Vandersloot was actually detained because police were convinced that he had something to do with this.
Mr. Vandersloot! Master, why are you running? Why are you running?
To this day, we won't even know what role Paulus Vandersloot played because he's deceased. And I think that he probably died from the stress that he was suffering.
You get busted?
Mr. Holloway.
Yes?
I'm Tim Welch with the FBI.
Amid deliberate deception and police secrecy, the FBI enters the investigation.
The FBI knocked on the door. He said, look, he said, I just want to visit with you. I've got some bad news. And this has turned into from a missing persons case to a homicide.
But even the FBI can't usurp the Aruban authorities.
I just don't think they had to deal with this kind of situation before, a kidnap homicide type situation with the cover-up, and they probably just didn't believe it at first, that, you know, one of their kids was involved in something like this.
And on September 3rd, 2005, Vandersloot and the Kalpoe brothers are released for lack of evidence.
The Arubans were trying to protect their tourism, and I could tell right away, and all of us did, that they wanted this to go away.
While Aruban authorities may have wanted the case to go away, American media coverage was only getting more intense.
Shocking new details in the case of an Alabama teen missing in Aruba. Here's the latest on Joran Vandersloot. Holloway's mother is holding out hope that her daughter is still alive.
At just 70 square miles, Aruba seems like a small enough island to find a body.
Everybody wanted to find her and solve this case, and everybody had an idea of where she would be. On any given day, there would be some reporters on boats, there would be some talking with the police, there would be some reporters in the remote parts of the island looking under bushes.
But with everyone from police to news reporters combing the beaches and empty buildings, the search for Natalie turns up nothing. In August, as Hurricane Katrina ravages New Orleans, the news media is drawn away from Aruba. But Beth and Dave Holloway have not abandoned the search for their daughter.
You expected the police to do the right thing, and that didn't happen. And it's just one disaster after the other.
Chief suspect Joran Vandersloot has been released for lack of evidence. His father, a powerful attorney on the island, is suspected of orchestrating a cover-up. 2 years pass, and in November of 2007, Vandersloot and the Kalpoe brothers are arrested again, then re-released when a witness's claims turn out to be false. Another year goes by. Then, in 2008, Joran tells Fox News that he has sold Natalie into slavery. He later claims that this is a lie.
I think we counted it up, at least 10 different stories on what happened.
Joran was desperate to keep the Natalie Holloway story alive because that was his only way of making money. So he would call up reporters and say, if you give me $10,000, I'll tell you what really happened. And of course, Joran never came through with telling anybody what really did happen.
You look at some of these reports and what they were doing to us, it was a shame.
Joran fed off of the misery of other people. As long as it served his purpose, as long as he got what he wanted, he didn't care who he hurt.
In February of 2010, Paulus Vandersloot dies of a heart attack at the age of 57. Joran is being slowly sucked dry by a crippling gambling addiction.
Gambling money, that's what he lived for, and that's what he loved doing.
Now 22 years old, Joran has dropped out of college. He enters poker and blackjack tournaments all over the world. Luck, though, does not travel with him. And desperate for money, he makes a shocking offer. Joran sends a perplexing email to Beth Holloway's attorney, John Q. Kelly. Under a pseudonym of J.P. Sanders, he offers Natalie's body in exchange for $250,000.
We exchanged emails for about a week or two. I said, of course, knowing I was entering into a scheme of his.
After nearly 2 months, plans are made for Kelly to fly to Aruba to personally hand Joran $10,000 and wire him another $15,000.
So I then sent an email to Joran saying that, we verified your bank account now. We know you're above board and we'd like to do business with you. Never thinking he'd walk back into that trap. And he sent me an email back right away. You know what I want. I want $250,000. I want it secured, and then I'll tell you where Natalie is and how she died. I think he was desperate for money. That's all I could think of till he got it, and didn't care about anything else.
The FBI is brought in to capture the extortion on camera and then arrest and extradite Joran to the U.S.
Joran came up to the room, put him on the couch where he was supposed to be seated.
$10,000 cash. You want to count it?
What about the other 15?
We're going to wire that to you.
Took the money from him again, which kind of freaked him out, that he had 10 grand in his hand, and then I took it away. We each thought we were playing the other at that point, so the game went on. He just had a mean look to him when I met with him. He just didn't have a warm bone in his body.
Joran appears ready to reveal Natalie's whereabouts.
He started directing me places, first to the Aruba Racket Club, and showed me a house where he said Natalie was buried under a porch, in the foundation, concrete poured over it.
Joran leads John Q. Kelly all around the island, but no remains are revealed.
When I got back to New York, I was still in communication with Joran. And about the 5th day, it was, Mr. Kelly, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the truth. I schemed you like I've schemed other people. I feel very badly, but, that's the way it is, and I'm sorry, but everything I told you is a lie, and I'm keeping the money, and too bad.
Joran has played John Q. Kelly and the Holloways.
That is a sign of a sociopath. For him to tell Beth, just give me some money and I'll tell you what happened, shows how depraved he was and how unsurprising it was that he was going to get in trouble again later.
John Q. Kelly believes authorities have everything they need to grab Joran.
Everything was recorded perfectly. We had the extortion and wire fraud charges against him with jurisdiction in Alabama, so couldn't have been more perfect. It was the perfect plan, perfectly executed. Then I kept checking with the FBI. Never happened.
Joran beats the FBI to the punch by boarding a plane to Peru. There, he gambles, and he loses nearly all of his extortion money. Joran makes acquaintance with 21-year-old Stephanie Flores, a college student from an affluent family. She is also a gifted poker player.
We met in a casino right outside of Miraflores in Lima, Peru. She was an athlete. She was a university student. She was studying business.
Maybe you'll bring me some good luck, eh? God knows I'll need it.
Stephanie probably viewed Joran as just another tourist on vacation, completely harmless.
All in.
But he goes through his $25,000 like it's nothing.
I guess not.
Enter Stephanie. She's got a roll of cash.
Maybe we try our luck elsewhere, eh?
Okay.
Her father's wealthy, her father's connected.
Surveillance cameras show Stephanie cashing in her chips at 5 a.m. She leaves the casino with Joran, and the two are seen entering his hotel room. This is the last image of Stephanie alive.
He probably thought he could lure her to the room, maybe borrow money from her, possibly rob her, it's hard to say.
Joran will later describe what happens next.
His story is that they went up to the room to do a little gambling online. He claims that once they got up to the room, she started looking at his Facebook pages, his social media, and realized who he was.
Vandersloot. Your last name is Vandersloot?
What if it is?
You're Joran Vandersloot? The one that killed Natalie Holloway?
Where are you going?
I'm getting out of here!
You're not going anywhere!
Oh my God.
Joran has no intention of letting her leave.
She puts up a fight. He winds up beating her within an inch of her life.
Stephanie suffers a broken neck and likely paralysis, but she is still alive when Joran drags her onto the floor.
Turns out he took a shower after the beating, and she's crumpled on the floor, just gasping for breath. He's about to go fugitive. Realizes that she's still alive. He takes the shirt that he's seen walking in on the surveillance tape wearing, and he smothers the life out of her. So once she's expired, he takes the shirt that he smothered her with. It's covered with blood, and he redresses the body. Puts the shirt on her, pulls off her pants.
Joran's final act of indignity is to pose Stephanie in a suggestive position.
She's dead, she's not gonna talk to anyone, and he's on his way.
Three days later, a hotel employee discovers Stephanie's body.
They tell the family that they're pretty sure it's Stephanie's, but a family member needs to go up to the room 309, and identify the body.
Mr. Flores, can you identify the body? Is this your sister?
Yes, I can.
The room smells like a decomposing body. It's trashed. It's a sleazy little hot sheet motel. And there in room 309 is Ricardo's sister, lying crumpled, bloody, and bruised on the floor. It was the worst moment of his life. It would be the worst moment of anyone's life.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, Joran is on the run, headed to Chile.
He traveled somewhere around 2,500, 3,000 miles in a 3 or 4 day period before he was arrested. If you stop and think, that's halfway across the United States.
Over the course of his flight, he alters his appearance. He shaves and dyes his hair. He changes his clothes. He gets rid of everything he can't seem to live without, with the exception of a few things, including his laptop.
Agents arrest Vandersloot soon after he crosses the border into Chile and return him to Lima on June 4th in a caravan of 16 Peruvian police vehicles.
We put Joran Vandersloot on our cover that week because it was such a shocking story. It seemed like it was from a Hollywood movie that he killed again.
Joran Vandersloot has been arrested for the murder of a woman in Peru.
Unlike the Natalie Holloway case, Joran confesses to the murder of Stephanie Flores.
I want to give a sincere confession. I am truly regretful for what I have done. I feel very bad.
It changed everything. We have proof that he murdered someone. What was he capable of if he got mad at Natalie?
With everything he has learned about Joran Vandersloot, the killer, Dave Holloway believes he now knows the truth about the fate of his daughter Natalie and the events surrounding May 30th, 2005.
You want to know something? What? I love blondes.
I'm gonna be sick.
Stop the car. Stop the car.
You gotta get out of here.
You can take off.
Joran Sloot took Natalie to the beach.
Where are we? No.
Hey, listen to me. Okay? You're drunk. I'll take good care of you. All right?
Stop it!
Assaulted her or whatever. And left her up under a mangrove bush or whatever. The father got to the bottom of it.
Papa, I need your help.
I think he had made arrangements to put her in a boat and carry her out in the ocean.
Paulus Vandersloot paid to bring a boat in and to remove Natalie off the island.
Somebody had to have taken the body out and dumped it in the water if it was in fact dumped there.
Someone took Natalie way out in the ocean and put her out.
But this incredible, tragic saga is far from over. In 2012, Joran Vandersloot, suspected in the 2005 disappearance of Natalie Holloway, pleads guilty to the savage murder of Stephanie Flores. He is sentenced to 28 years in a Peruvian prison.
Is that serving justice as far as Aruba's concerned? Maybe, maybe not. The Holloway family is still without their daughter.
He's sitting in a prison, which is one of the harshest prison conditions in the world. And I reflect back and I think, you know, God had his way with him.
A child of privilege who grew up on the islands, the conditions are quite horrific. And since being incarcerated, he's been transferred to a high-altitude prison where the air is thin. People die of tuberculosis there. You probably get a hole in the ground that you use to go to the bathroom in. You know, whether he'll survive the next 10 years is anyone's guess, but he's crafty. I don't think he's going away.
I hope he's suffering now and continues to suffer, and he deserves everything he gets.
He was sentenced to 28 years in prison, but with good behavior, he could get out in half that time.
Even behind bars, Joran still seeks out women.
He does have a Peruvian wife. The two of them have conceived a child while he was behind bars.
Yeah, I mean, that's a sad situation too, that any woman that would even be interested in having his child or being involved with him after he's murdered someone in their own country, it just doesn't make sense. It does not make any sense at all.
When Joran is released from prison in 2038, he will be extradited to the United States, where he will face extortion charges. A decade after Natalie's disappearance, the family is still fielding hundreds of tips from people who believe they know what happened in Aruba that night.
If we ever find Natalie, there's going to be at least one person that's going to be correct, because I've had every theory you could ever think of and checked most of them out.
Most recently, an eyewitness tells a reporter that he saw Joran dispose of a body at a construction area near the Marriott Hotel around the time Natalie went missing.
Aruba has basically dismissed this witness's statement, and they have told us that the Marriott indicated that there was no construction going on at the time Natalie disappeared. We obtained a satellite image clearly showing that there was construction going on at the site. Someone's lying about this situation, because I saw it with my own two eyes, and it's supported by satellite imagery.
You know, short of finding a body, I'm not sure we'll ever know what happened to her. Because he could tell you the truth, and how would you know? He's told so many versions of it.
In 2012, an Alabama judge declares Natalie Holloway legally dead. The Holloway family continues to follow leads, hoping that one day they will find Natalie.
You just can't give up.
A lot of people said, yeah, you need to put it behind you, but you can't. And here we are 10 years later, and I'm still in it. When you've got a family member in a foreign country, you do everything you can to bring them home.
There's that sense of loss. There's also that sense of guilt that no one should feel, but they can't help feeling that, you know, why didn't we make her get out of the car? Why did we let her go with these guys? You know, we could have done something, which, once again, you know, woulda, coulda is always in there, but no one should feel anything other than the loss. There should be no guilt. There should be no blame.
I think Natalie would want us to say, you know, how much she loved her family.
I think she would say that a lot of people, a lot of her friends and family didn't give up on her. I still haven't.
She would be starting her medical career, seeing patients somewhere. That's the American dream, is that you go to college and start your career and you get married and have babies. We didn't have that fairy tale ending.
The beach was a blast. I had the best time of my life.
Natalie Holloway has never been found, but her story still resonates and people still think about her to this day. The name Natalie Holloway is in the forefront of people's minds as they send their kids off on class trips. Schools think about her as they're trying to determine how to keep their students safe. It still affects the Aruban economy to this day. When people think of Aruba, they think of Natalie Holloway, and that's not going to change anytime soon.